Right, so I'm just in Costco Liverpool city centre and I've just heard that Water Street has reopened after the horrific incident the other day at the end of the Liverpool FC parade. Now I'm just going to read you out a recent news article of what we know so far, and these news articles are quite annoying because they're calling it a crash. It wasn't a crash. Innocent people were rammed by this fucking fella. So, man arrested over attempted murder as 11 still in hospital after Liverpool crash. A man has been arrested on suspicion of attempted murder after a car was driven into a crowd in Liverpool on Monday. The 53-year-old from Liverpool's West Derby has also been arrested on suspicion of driving while unfit through drugs and dangerous driving offences. Merseyside police say 11 people remain in hospital, but all are in a stable condition. More than 50 people were injured. The suspected driver was able to follow an ambulance after a roadblock was lifted, so a member of public could be treated. Now, it's just, what? I don't get it. I really do not get it. The footage I've seen is bloody horrific, and when this car come to a stop, there was 4 people trapped underneath, and one of them was a child. I mean, just what makes someone do that? I just do not get it. What goes through someone's mind as to do that? It's just beyond belief. So anyway, let's take a walk up to Water Street now and see what it looks like. Right, so we're going to start on Dale Street, and this is where it all started. So there is footage of a car trying to get through crowds. Now when it was closed off, the cordon went to, I think, just up to Cross Hall Street or just before. And I say there was crowds of people here when the parade was on, or just finished I should say. So yeah, the footage is of a car trying to get through people, which I think is around about here somewhere. And then the cordon, which was supposed to be in place, is just where that fire engine is. So I think, well, I don't think, what I've heard on the news, that the cordon was lifted for an ambulance to get through because someone was having a suspected heart attack. So the fire engine blocking Castle Street. Right, so yeah, as I say, Dale Street there is where it started. And then I believe you come down here onto Water Street. Also worth noting as well, after it happened, Mowgli there was a temporary refuge for people injured and stuff like that. I think I've seen 1 or 2 news crews as well. So the main footage I've seen, and I'm not going to put up on this channel, although newspapers have, but they've blurred it out, but I'm not going to put it up. But it shows the car just ramming into a load of people. One of them, I think, flew over the bonnet, and it come to rest somewhere just by Hooters, I do believe. So we have a news crew over there. Which maybe be eyewitness accounts, I don't know. But right, so Hooters was in the background of the footage. So I'm assuming it stopped like somewhere here, I don't know. Maybe there, or maybe there. I'm not quite sure on the exact location, but I do remember seeing Hooters in the background. So, but when I looked up the other day from when it was all cordoned off, I think it was about here, I think. So I don't know. Couldn't really see much, obviously, because of all the cordon and the police presence, like. But yeah, it's quite eerie knowing that, you know, the other day this happened. There was reported 1.5 million people, neither in the city centre or during the whole parade. I'm not quite sure what them figures are, but it was jam-packed. That's all I can say. So the other day the cordon was where Jurgen's bar used to be, and it went right up to, I think, probably past these traffic lights. It blocked the whole of Water Street off anyway, so and I was over there just trying to see up at the camera and stuff like that. But let me see if I can cross here. Can I cross over? So people have left flowers at the bottom of Water Street. This was obviously before the cordon was lifted. So there's some here. What do you say? So all that's been affected the parade. Love Katrina. So yeah, walking back up Water Street now. And we'll go past on the other side. So yeah, there's still quite a lot of news crew activity. I don't know what they're waiting for, but some seem to be sitting around, and I don't know, maybe they're waiting for any more news to break. Sky News, I think, there. Yeah, it's just hard to imagine that this happened the other day. It was just like, just what goes through someone's mind to do something like that. It's just unbelievable. I've got someone getting interviewed here. I think possibly maybe an eyewitness, I don't know. Yeah, so I'm guessing there was a barrier across here to stop cars coming down Water Street. It just baffles me how, you know, it was allowed to get through. Yeah, so coming off Dale Street, I think it was here where that happened, and the car ended up coming down here. Obviously, like, you know, he's been arrested for drink and drug offences. So when he sobers up, well, he'll be sober now, the reality of what he's done will hit him like a bloody rock, a massive one as well. So just coming through Exchange Square, and we have another police van there. That's just for the coppers who are walking around, I think. As you've just seen there as well, a mobile police station is now based on Castle Street. So yeah, that was just a quick look at the reopening of Water Street after them horrific events the other day at the Liverpool parade. Right, so that was Water Street reopened after that horrific incident the other day, and I hope all affected recover quickly. That was just horrific, and in a way, kind of like, I know people were, you know, trying to get him out the car and that, but in a way, police effectively, unfortunately, have saved his life, because if there was no police there, he would have got battered and killed, I'm telling you now. But, you know, as I say, once he sobers up and the realisation, the realism of what he's done has hit him, at the moment, he is probably the most hated man in Liverpool. So, yeah. But anyway, on a lighter note, thanks to all the people that came over to me and said hello, and apologies for all the people who thought I was KC Imageworks. Now, I get it, we're both handsome bastards, but I think what it was, he normally wears like a black cap and a black backpack. I had a black cap and a black backpack on that day, so yeah, one came over, watch all your videos, blah, blah, blah. I seen the one the other day where you was at the protest, and I was like, no, mate, KC Imageworks that, and I was like, oh yeah, sound okay. And they were like the look of horror and shock on their faces when I wasn't KC. But yeah, stole some of your subbies anyway, mate, so apologies for that, not. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.